I'll draw first for you, and then accordingly you will also have to design the same thing, right? So today we are going to perform DSBSC, double sideband suppressed carrier. Okay. So as you know, we are using the solid thinking embedded SE, right? Last class also I told you solid thinking embedded SE 2017.2. And if you found that my voice is not clear, then please inform me accordingly. Well, so what we will do here, you can open a new file also, right? And about DSBSC, you know, it is double sideband suppressed carrier. So there we have so many schemes, and we are going to design the product modulator basically. And for product modulator, you know what we have to do. We will take the amplitude modulator, just defined by the mathematical equation AC within bracket 1 plus KMT cos twice by FCT. You know that. So we'll take two.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, what happened last time that, sir, most of us were having problem with the software, sir. So, sir, we requested ma'am that if we are provided the same software, so it would be very easy for us to do the same.
Yeah, we are going to provide you the same software only. The platform is same.
By using Teams, if we are using 3 people at once on one software, it's very hard for us, sir. If you provide a single software like us on Teams.
See, issue is that now previous like what we have practiced, that we have 30 students in a group and 30 go for simulation, 30 go for hardware. Now it is a little bit difficult because simultaneously I cannot provide you two different lab in hardware and software. So all of you will have to use the same lab, and you are 60 students. And we don't have 60 terminals available with us. So that's why we have created.
Sir, not like that I was saying, sir. Like we have MATLAB, sir. So MATLAB is provided by college to everyone, no, sir. Because we can use the MATLAB from our laptops also, sir. So similarly, if we have that software on our laptop, it would be easy actually.
You just tell me one thing, that MATLAB, you know, MATLAB you can download, and it is freely available also. And in the college also we have so many like this, a good number of this. But for the this type of software, we don't have that number of license, right? Because we don't know that in the pandemic situation and all these things will come, right? So we have for any lab, you know, we have 30 or 20, 30 license like that. So I'm having one suggestion for you. You can do one thing. Like we have done these things for the masters also, MTech also, and for your seniors also. So you do one thing. The system is provided to you. Now on the rotation basis, one by one, on the basis of mutual understanding, one people can use the software, and then the next one will use that one, because you are working in a group, right? So that way you can do the things. Mutual understanding is required. Now you have to work in a team. Okay. So cooperation is required from your side also. Try to understand. Okay, it is difficult to provide the software to individual user. We don't have that much license, right? Okay, so first of all, I'll design this DSBSC, and you just let me know if anybody is having any query regarding that. Okay, so I'm going to start the discussion here. Actually, for the DSBSC, we'll design this one by the help of two amplitude modulator. And you know, the amplitude modulator can be represented mathematically as AC1 plus KMT cos twice by FCT for single tone. Now, if we'll have to take two amplitude modulators, so for first amplitude modulator, suppose we'll take a modulation index value like positive one, and the another one will take negative one. Okay, and then we'll subtract the negative section from the positive section, and then we'll have CT into MT. So this is the idea. How mathematically we'll do the things, I will just explain here on the software. Okay, so please try to understand, and if you are getting any problem, please let me know. As I told that, we'll take amplitude modulator. And last class I told you that we have provision. We can take both the complex or real amplitude modulator. So it's but better to take the complex one, because then complex one can process both the real signal as well as the imaginary signal. But if we take the real amplitude modulator, then it will not be able to process the imaginary data. So that's why it is good to take the complex amplitude modulator. And the time you will take the complex amplitude modulator, you should have provision. Okay, you should have provision to separate the real and imaginary components, and that's why we have the complex to real and imaginary converter here. This section, mathematical section, like so. Okay, so I told that we'll have to take amplitude modulator that will have a phase shift of 90 degree, and basically we can say, sorry, 180 degree. Basically we can say that we want a negative k value. So for the negative k value, we'll have negative modulation index. So here we have the negative modulation index, and then we need to subtract the negative one from the positive one. Okay, so this summer we'll have in the mathematical block section. ब्लॉक में ही दिखेगा ना अरिथमेटिक. Okay, so here you can see, if you minutely observe, you can see that we have a similar circuit, right? We have amplitude modulator here. Here, the similar amplitude modulator, the phase frequency and everything is same here for the carrier signal. The master signal is also same. The only difference here is that we have used the modulation factor -1, and here it is +1. However, it should be less than 1 for amplitude modulator, but because of the requirement of the software, we have taken as 1, right? That is the limitation with the software. But in general, the thing is that modulation index value, first thing should be less than 1. Second thing, that the value should be for the upper one, it is positive m. So for the lower one, it should be minus m, like that. And then we subtract this minus m section from the plus m section, right? So here you can, on your paper copy, you can note down that we have equation AC 1 plus KAMT cos twice by FCT minus AC minus KM AC within bracket 1 minus KMT cos twice by FCT. So this minus KMT part, when it will be subtracted from the upper one, will get positive. So result will be AC cos 2 AC cos KMT, right? 2 AC cos KMT. So 2 into AC cos, that is carrier signal. So 2 into Ct into Mt basically. So this will give you the product of carrier and masser signal. So carrier and masser signal, when you will multiply, you will have DSBSC signal, you know. And Ct into Mt for a single tone signal, it will be cos twice by Fct into cos twice by Fmt. So cos A into cos B will be cos A plus B plus cos A minus B whole divided by 2. We have 2 in the multiplication term because we have 2 CTMT. So 2 and 2 will be cancelled out and we left with cos of twice by FC plus FMT and cos of twice by FC minus FMT, right? So this is your product modulator. You already know these things. You have gone through this in your analog communication system. So if you see the result in the frequency domain, so you can see you should have 2 sidebands, right, with suppressed carrier. So we'll change the axis a little bit to have a better look. And here the x-axis, if we'll take, see your carrier signal was at 10 hertz and the master signal was roughly 3. So it should appear from 7, that is 10 minus 3 to 10 plus 3, that is 7 to 13. So we'll take X band from 15 to 5. Then it will give you the complete look, right? Yes, you can see now. Right. You should always know in advance that what actually you are doing. So now you can see 10 hertz is the carrier signal, right? It is suppressed. And you have 2 mirror image type of thing, right? Here some deterioration is because of the requirement of the filter. We need some filter to suppress this additional term. But normally, locally, you can see that we have a mirror image type of thing. So we have a lower side band from 10 to 6 hertz, you can see, right? 10 to 6 hertz. And from 10 to 13.5, we have upper sideband. So we have a lower sideband and we have an upper sideband. And this is nothing but the DSBSC signal, right? So this is the frequency domain description of this DSBSC, and time domain we have just now seen, right? So this is your DSBSC. This is what? This is CT into MT, carrier signal into masser signal. And to achieve that thing, what we have done, we have taken to amplitude modulator, the lower one with modulation index negative, and we have subtracted this negative section from the positive one. So we left with 2 AC cos twice by FCT into K into MT, and 2 into K is actually the multiplication term, and we have actually CT into MT. So CT into MT with some multiplication term, right? So deterioration in amplitude is very obvious because of the presence of the value of K, and you know K value is less than 1. The value should be selected such that 1 K into MT, that is equal to modulation index M, should have value less than 1. So obviously it is a de-amplification, descaling we have used here intentionally, because in the amplitude modulation we need to clamp before modulation. It is what 1 plus KMT, that is we are clamping by adding a DC value of magnitude 1 unity, right? And then we multiply this with the carrier signal. So this is what? This is your amplitude modulation. So because of this descaling, or we can say the low scaling or de-amplification, we can see the deterioration in the magnitude here, that is minus 20 or something values coming, right? So anyhow, this is the DSBC in the frequency domain. Okay, so what we can do, we can rearrange it, like we can have a common input signal. I'll take that common input signal, okay. What we can do that, common signal is provided, and this is your we can keep inside a block. I told you what you have to do. We have to select this one. See, I have selected this one, right? So we have we can select this one. We'll go to edit. Here we'll take create compound block. See, create compound block, and the name will be provided DSBSC, right? DSBSC modulator. Okay, and now it will go inside this DSBSC modulator. If you see right here, so this can be ignored. Okay, so this is your DSBSC modulator. Now for the demodulation, we'll apply a synchronous detection method. You know what we are doing the synchronous detection method. In the synchronous detection method, we take the same carrier signal, multiply the modulated signal and allow it to pass through the low pass filter. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll first take a carrier signal. Okay, so that will available within COM block. We need a signal source. Okay, we'll go for sinusoidal signal, and you can see that here basically we have a cosinusoidal signal, so we'll select cosinusoidal signal of frequency 10 hertz. Now see here, this is very important, the selection of amplitude. So this amplitude, we can take anything, it is not going to change the result. Only some scaling of magnitude will be affected. That is some amplification if you want to apply, then you can take a higher value of amplitude. Or if you just want to keep it as it is, then we can take amplitude value as 1. So we have decided to take amplitude value as 1. Okay. So this is our 10 hertz cosinusoidal signal. We'll multiply this signal with our modulated signal. So what we'll do, we'll take a multiplier, is a mathematical operation, and you will found in the arithmetic one, right? इसमें इसी में मिलेगा ना, ये वाला ना. Okay. So we have multiplied this modulated signal with the carrier signal. So what will be the effect? The effect is that we have actually this movement, the multiplication term, let's say A is the multiplication term, that is 2 into K that we have. So A into MT into CT. And now we have multiplied with CT. So MT into CT into CT. So CT and CT is same. So we have C square T, that is 1 plus cos 2 FCT. Like, so you know that when you multiply cos twice by FCT with cos twice by FCT, that means we are talking about cos square twice by FCT. So that will be actually in terms of, you know, how can you take 1 plus cos 2A. So 1 plus cos 2A, that is 2A term is the high frequency term. If you take a low pass filter, then it will apply only one term to pass. So actually what we have MT into cos squared FCT, that is MT into 1 plus 4 pi FCT. That is MT plus MT into cos 4 pi FCT. So a low pass filter will allow only MT to pass. Okay. So we'll take a low pass filter. We'll go to the communication section and we'll select a filter. Okay, low pass filter. We can take IR filter, Butterworth, improve the order to fourth order. It will give you better result. Okay, cutoff frequency we can keep like maybe 3 hertz because it should have value more than the cutoff frequency. Okay, little bit more than the maximum cutoff frequency because you want only the massive signal to pass, right? Or we can keep it like 4. Okay. So this is our filter, right? So it will allow only the massive signal to pass. It's a low pass filter. I will see the result. We'll try to see the result. So this is our result. Now we have to see whether we have got the correct output or not. So what we'll do for that? we'll compare the outcome with the masses signal. So we'll take the masses signal also in this plot. So here in this plot, you can see we have this red one is the, okay, we'll change the position. But it's okay. Red one is the demodulated signal and blue one is the masses signal. Now we are going to compare. Now you can see blue one was the master signal and red one was the demodulated signal. So you can see the nature is same. That means we have demodulated successfully. We have successfully extracted the master signal back from the modulated one. That means our modulation was obviously was also good, right? So that means our design is correct, right? So that's how we can do the DSBSC. So I guess it's clear to you. We have designed the DSBSC modulator. We have designed the DSBSC demodulator. Okay. Now from that, if you want to take SSBSC also, right? SSBSC है ना first experiment group में. If you want to do the SSBSC, you know you need to take a particular sideband, right? We can take the upper sideband, we can take the lower sideband. Any sideband if you want, you can take. Okay, so for that, accordingly, a bandpass filter need to be applied. That's the only thing. Then the demodulation technique will be same, synchronous detection method. And I told you in the previous lecture also that the synchronous detection method, also known as the coherence detection method, apply well for the amplitude modulator or DSBSC or SSBSC. Okay, so that's how we can use this one. So, okay, here for the upper one, I would like to show you the time domain. SSBSC है पहले एक्सपेरिमेंट में है, एक्सपेरिमेंट नंबर 1 में है. Okay, so this is our DSBSC modulated signal and the demodulated signal in the time domain, right? So, and after that, we are going for the SSBSC. So, if you have anything to discuss, feel free to ask. Yes, let me know if you have any query.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes, please ask.
The carrier signal which we apply at starting of modulation, do we use that in input while doing in input signal only we do it, or is it already there in modulator itself?
It is in the software, it is inbuilt with the modulator.
Okay, sir.
And by default, it is cosine signal. So when it is actually, if you don't know, then it will be difficult for you to understand, because here the phase value is given 0 and you cannot know that whether it is a cosinusoidal signal or sinusoidal signal. So it's very obvious question, it's very good question. So here the carrier frequency is the cosine signal, which is inside the modulator. It is associated with the modulator itself. Okay.
Yes, sir. And sir, how to check the frequency there?
Frequency, here it is mentioned, na? Carrier frequency you can see on the screen, 10 hertz. It's actually decided by the user. We have to decide what frequency we have to take. So, you know, the frequency should have higher value. That's why we have taken 10. You can take 12, 15, 30, anything. Okay, should have higher value. And there's nothing special about the amplitude. You can take any value of amplitude. You can take even 1. There's no big deal. Right. because the carrier amplitude is not going to affect the result, should not affect the result. It is just for the purpose of amplification, or for that thing, the boost of the quality of the signal. Actual information is carried by the master signal only, right? So here for the carrier signal, the frequency is important. Yes, very good question. Anything else from anybody? Please ask. Because after that we are going for the SSBSC. If you have any query with the DSBSC, please ask. Don't hesitate. You can take the snapshot if you want. So I would like to show you, this is the overall diagram you can see, right? I'm now going inside the blue block to give you the look, inner look. So first to take the snapshot if you want to take for this particular one. Okay, now about the filter specification, you can take the snapshot of this one. We have taken 4 hertz. It's the cutoff frequency and it's the 4th order low pass Butterworth filter. Okay. And then in the DSBSC, we have this structure. You can take snapshot of this one also. Right. And then we have this master signal. Okay. So now if you just want to take the SSBSC, I would just like to show you once for the SSBSC what we can do. We need to take the filter. Okay. So we'll go to the communication section and we'll take a filter. Instead, we'll take 2 filters. Why 2 filters? We need actually 1 filter, but just to show you that we can extract both the sidebands. Okay, we can extract both the sidebands. So we'll take 2 filters having different cutoff frequency accordingly, so that we are interested to have, 2 filters, two sidebands actually. See, I have changed the type of filter. Now it is a band pass filter, and since it is a band pass filter, so obviously it will have 2 cutoff frequency, isn't it? So you have a lower cutoff frequency and a higher cutoff frequency. So for the lower sideband, the higher cutoff frequency should be 10 is the higher frequency for the lower sideband, and it should be from 6 to 10. Okay. Fourth order. And likewise, we'll take another filter and cutoff frequency will take here from 10 to 16 for higher upper sideband. Okay, for the upper sideband, you can see. Now we'll allow the same modulated signal to pass through it. Okay, so as you can see here, the two side bands, okay, those are coming from two filters. See, we have DSBSC signal, okay, and the same signal, DSBSC modulated signal, we have provided two different filters, okay, because if you see this particular one here, if you see in the frequency domain, if I'll change the axis, so you have the two side bands, you can see, right? This is DSBSC. Now, if you apply two filter, one from for the lower sideband and another for the upper sideband, so accordingly, the signal will be divided into two sections. I have used the same plot to show that thing. Now, this red one and blue one you can see are respectively from the lower sideband and the upper sideband. Okay, so these are the sidebands we have extracted. And if we talk about the individual sideband, that means it is a single sideband suppressed carrier. So that's how we can generate the SSBSC signal. So this plot here, you can see this cursor. Okay, the second plot. This is for DSBSC in the frequency domain. This is for the SSBSC in frequency domain. We have two sidebands. Okay, and this is the demodulated DSBSC signal. Likewise, if you want to have a uh, demodulated SSBSC signal, right? So this is what this is DSBSC demodulator. I'll keep inside this edit, create compound block, and you'll write DSBSC demodulator. So this is DSBSC demodulator. Now, if you want, and this is what this is SSBSC section. Now, if you want a SSBSC demodulator, then we'll have the same setup. Okay, we have a same setup. We require a same setup, right? So that will give you now separately. We can extract the master signal from them also, because as I told that the synchronous detection works well with the AM, DSBSC or SSBSC. Okay. So you can see the overlapping. Why? Because this is the massive signal you have extracted from the lower sideband and the upper sideband. The massive signal is going to be same. And for the comparison purpose, you can have a massive signal as a reference also, right? So now you can see this red and the pink one are the massive signals we have extracted from the upper and the lower sideband, and blue one is the massive signal we have taken as reference. And you can see actually here the nature of the signal. Obviously, here we have the de-amplified signal, right, for the upper and the lower sideband, but the nature of the signal, if you see, is going to be same, right? Because this is the amplified version. For the demodulation, we have de-amplified the signal. You know, massive signal is first module. In the case of modulation, it is de-amplified, and then for the demodulation also, right? That is allowed actually. The nature of the signal should be preserved. So this is what this is your demodulated SSBSC, and we have modulated SSBSC upper sideband and lower sideband. We have DSBSC signal, and we have the demodulated DSBSC signal, right? So that's all from my side about DSBSC and SSBSC. If you have anything to ask, please ask. Because after that, I will provide you the terminal in a group of 3. And see, a terminal is need to be shared by 3 persons only. So you can easily establish coordination among yourself. And if suppose some system is provided to you is not working properly, you can inform us, right? But you have also be in the, in the cooperation mode. You should cooperate to your friend, give cooperation to your friend and to us also, right? So that is the issue, because we have the limited number of systems, computer system, that we can share with you, right? So anyhow, I know that you will definitely cooperate regarding this. And if you have anything to discuss regarding this particular experiment, please let me know. I'm looking for some good queries from your side. Neela ma'am, are you here? Neela ma'am. Neela ma'am. Yeah, student, as I told that, feel free if you have to discuss anything regarding DSBS or SSPSC, please ask. So next time we'll go for the hardware lab. Okay, most probably, and it depends. But as per the tentative schedule, we'll go for the hardware lab. So regarding the simulation lab, we have discussed amplitude modulation in the last class, and today we have discussed about DSBS and SSBSC, and I will provide you the system also so that you can perform yourself all the AM, DSBSC, and SSBSC experiment. So before that, but just I want to know from you, if you have any query, feel free to ask.
Hello, Gajen.
Yes, madam.
हेलो
Yeah, you are audible, ma'am.
हाँ हम अभी मोबाइल में किए, लैपटॉप में पता नहीं कनेक्टेड है, फिर भी ऑडियो नहीं जा रहा हमारा. एनीवे, any problem?
Yeah, if you have, I have explained DSBSC and SSBSC, ma'am. So if you want to
Yes.
give more information, please, yes.
No, this is first experiment, na, Gajen?
This is actually in continuation of that. First experiment we have performed in the last class, it was amplitude modulation. And today we
Yes,
have done.
but amplitude modulation, actually, that day I asked, I think 3 groups they have performed. First to fifth group was there. I have noted down. So only 3 groups they have completed.
Okay.
So all other groups they have not performed. Am I correct?
Yeah, ma'am.
The
idea is that we'll provide them the system. Last time they might have some problem, so we'll provide them the system, and they can perform all the experiment. It will not take much time. See, like I have completed
yes.
quickly, so within an hour they can be they can design all those. Yeah.
Okay. So today, I think they will have group number 1, 2 and group number 15. I think they have performed. 1,
Yes.
2 and 15. Yes, I have noted down. And so today, I think they will have to complete both the experiment, first and second. Am I right?
Yeah.
First and second, they will have to complete all the experiment. Bibha, are you audible, Bibha? Bibha?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So it is, please try that they should complete experiment number 1 and 2. Few groups have completed last week, first experiment. Not all the groups.
So all of them need to complete all the experiment. Those who have completed, they need to complete second and third, and those who have not completed, they need to do the first experiment along with that, second and third, right?
Yes.
The students have some query regarding the system. Okay, number of systems. So yeah, I request you to please discuss regarding this, ma'am.
Acha, okay, Bibha.